Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chat Sports Talk. Do apologize for the extreme delay between videos. I have been busy with other personal items with myself and also other side projects I'm working on. Um, so I've been kind of busy with other things besides this channel. And I do apologize for the lack of videos in terms of that one. I've had a couple scenarios come floating in my head. And it's kind of busy in there. So a huge chaotic mess, and we'll just kind of move on. The reason why I'm here now is this is July 27th at the time of this video. Last night, July 26th, Big 12 commissioners and presidents voted unanimously to allow Colorado to rejoin. Colorado hasn't officially withdrawn from the Pac-12 yet and made an announcement to join the Big 12. So this is just another shot at the Pac-12's viability. After the Big Ten went after USC, UCLA, and there's also rumors of Oregon and Washington and possibly Stanford and Cal next on the target list for the Big Ten. And then you always had the rumors of the four corner programs of Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Arizona State, all going to the Big 12. Could this start that process? It's hard to say. Right now, if Colorado goes, it's not a huge loss for the Pac. It is a loss because you lose another member, and now you're down to 9. It's not as big of a deal as losing USC and UCLA, your two flagship programs of the conference, your founding members, both leaving. That does kind of hamper things a little bit. In fact, that the Pac cannot get a media rights deal in place has really hampered any aspects or aspirations of trying to court other schools to apply. You look at the San Diego State disaster, where they wanted to submit a withdrawal letter to the Mountain West, add the Mountain West to kind of delay the deadline so that way they can keep the lower exit fee while waiting for the Pac to finally come up with some deal so that way they can go ahead and make their formal request to join the conference. And that never did happen. And you look at San Diego State groveling back to the Mountain West. And I think the Mountain West will be intact for the next 2 years. You're not going to see anyone leave anytime soon. So you don't have those options available for the Pac right now. Do they try to survive with 9 members? With plans of adding more? Was the Big 12's position? Now they're going to be, once Oklahoma and Texas leave, they'll be at 13. That's right. This upcoming season will be a 14-member conference because BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF will all join. Adding Colorado after Texas and Utah, or Texas and Oklahoma leave, gives you a BYU, someone close by, and a stepping stone between them and the rest of the Big 12. Cincinnati and West Virginia are paired up. UCF's on the island on their own. So who will be 14th member? A lot of speculations. Easy money might be Memphis. They are dumping money into upgrading their facilities, upgrading the Liberty Bowl, which will be a huge target for them because I think they really want the basketball program to join in, to be in line with Cincinnati, Kansas, and Baylor. Plus, Memphis is a nice, good-sized market right there in the Mid-South. Get a little stab at the SEC, possibly. Not much. SMU is another target to be looking at. Really take another stab at the Pac by trying to take away one of their potential expansion sites. But you bring in the Iron Skillet game back into as a conference game. SMU, of course, one of the members of the old Southwest Conference, so they know Texas Tech, they know Baylor, they know Houston, so no big surprise there. Tulane makes another good sense, especially look what they did last year. That huge run, that upset win against USC in the Cotton Bowl. Gives you into New Orleans, another SEC territory. Give another shot at SEC. A little bit closer stepping stone for UCF in Orlando. Not really much, but dark pick for this one. The dark horse, I say, South Florida. Now, no, they already have UCF, but why not add South Florida? You bring the Warren I-4 to the Big 12. Now, no, South Florida's popularity in football program has dipped since their BCS birth way back. But this will help UCF in terms of especially travel cost. Like I said, bringing the War I-4 into a conference once again. But I'm not sure they want to go into Tampa or back into Florida again. They already got UCF, why double tap? But why not? It gives you a pairing. South Florida also has very familiar with Houston, Cincinnati, UCF. So they still have some rivalries, especially, interstate rivalries they can actually rely on as well. So I can still see that one happening as well. But like I said, that's the dark horse pick. Well, I would be remiss to not mention that Big 12 Commissioner Yarmark actually wants to add UConn to the conference. You know, UConn football since 2013 only has 27 wins. But basketball-wise, the blue blood in basketball programs. I think if you bring UConn men's basketball to take on Kansas and Baylor and Cincinnati, that'd be great. I don't see UConn leaving the Big East. They fought to get back in there. But we'll see how it kind of goes. I don't know the other Big 12 parties will play as well, but we'll just have to see. As of right now, there's no decision yet from the University of Colorado. Their board is meeting probably about the same time we're making this video to determine if they're going to make an application to join the Big 12 and leave the Pac. But I think if Colorado leaves, it's not the death sentence yet, but the Pac will be on life support. Going down to 9 and trying to remain relevant in the bigger picture of the power conferences, and it's a little hard to do that if you keep losing members. And it's the lack of leadership in the Pac that has led them down this alley. One point in time, the Pac-12 was a legitimate conference. They had aspirations of grabbing Oklahoma and Texas and then bringing them into the Pac. I remember those stories back when I was in high school. Yeah, I'm showing my age. But there was aspirations then to go into the Southwest part of the country, even the Great Plains, pulling those schools over to make the Pac a bigger conference, more of a heavyweight, give them more exposure. In that time frame, the internet still a fleeting, not quite the mainstream, or the infancy of its birth. And if they were to grab Texas, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Nebraska, they'll grab the Big Four of the Big 12 at that time frame. That made the Pac-12 a huge player in the landscape. Right on par with SEC in the Big Ten. But I think that's when the Big Ten will probably end up going into like Nebraska and Missouri, or go to Missouri and probably try to get someone else, maybe Iowa State that time frame, to kind of boast of their numbers. So it's been a war to divvy up the Big 12. And then there's talks of the Big 12 getting divvied up again once Texas and Oklahoma made their decision to leave. The Big 12 continues to find ways to stay relevant, to get the right leadership, to get them the right plan of attack, get all the schools to buy into it, And that's the problem with the Pac right now. They have no true leadership. They should have added BYU instead of Colorado. They probably wouldn't be in this position now if they added, I think, BYU. BYU was definitely would have been a better choice than Colorado at that time frame. But it is what it is. You can't change the past. You have to find ways to consolidate what you have, streamline what you have. If the Pac goes to 9, hold on. I mean, entice Utah and the Arizonas to stay put. Entice Oregon and Washington to stay put. And then start looking for programs in the western part of the U.S. to be targets for any further expansion. That means San Diego State. That means Fresno State. I'll throw in Boise State. Maybe expand, try to get into Texas, getting with like SMU, Rice, possibly UTSA. Tulane's another one that could be a candidate. If Memphis doesn't get added, maybe go there. I mean, there's definitely programs out there that I think the Pac can go after. Will they really make them a true power conference? There'll still be a power conference. They'll still got the power players, much like the Big 12. So you got to find ways to kind of make the right balance. But it's really hard to say right now how this landscape's going. I hate to see the Pac go away. This is a old school conference, long history, one of the oldest conferences in NCAA. To see them struggling to remain relevant is like I said, a lack of leadership. They're trying to rely on their past for their future. You can't relive the glory days of the past. You have to find ways to evolve, to change with the landscape. And right now they have not. This is something that they need to do. They need to find ways to get San Diego State to join. They need to find ways probably get Fresno State to join. Find ways to get Boise State to join. I think those three should be key for the Pac moving forward. But that's just my personal opinion. As far as the Big 12 goes, I think if Colorado does join, their next target, my money, is Memphis. But I won't be surprised if SMU or Tulane make the request. My dark horse pick will be South Florida, just to balance it out for those Eastern time zone teams. At least give them 4 in there, so it gives them 3 close rivalries they can mess around with. It really helps balance their schedule as best as possible. But hey, it's things like this is ever changing, and who knows what's going to happen here probably within the next few hours of me editing this video, and I might have to come back on here and kind of add a cap. Well, right on cue, as I was finishing editing this video before I uploaded it, it is official. Colorado has approved a return to go back to the Big 12 starting the 2024-25 athletic season, as reported by Dean Straka of CBS. All the roads that have been come down to this has finally ended. Colorado is back in the Big 12, and we'll see what happens next. Yormark has really pushed the idea of getting UConn added. He's also try to get Gonzaga's basketball added. Maybe they get UConn football and Gonzaga basketball, do a combination of those two. A possibility. But another domino has fallen. Another organ of the Pac-12 machine has failed and has been removed. Like I said, the Pac-12 is now on life support. They need to act fast because they're not going to get a media rights deal if teams keep leaving. If another team leaves, the Pac-12 is toast. But Colorado is returning back to their old stomping grounds in the 24-25 season. More to follow if anyone else decides to make the jump as well. But with anything changes, I make sure to get this ugly face to provide you my 2 cents Canadian of my input, and we'll just kind of discuss from there, see how things move forward and how things change. Like I said, I got other projects I'm thinking of trying to do, probably revisiting some of my conference realignments, especially the 14-member conferences, especially since some new additions have been added that I didn't foresee. So I may relook at that aspect. That'll be coming up. You still got the previews of the upcoming college football and NFL seasons coming. I want to make sure I get those going. But here we are again. The college football, the college realignment scenario still continues. The dominoes are on a weird trajectory right now, trying to figure out where they're going to go, how things are going to fall. You never know. It's a ever-evolving landscape, and schools go where the money's at. That's all it really is. School goes where the money at, and the conferences go to schools where they can think they can. They're also like-minded and has given them a better shot at making more money. Right now, Colorado with Coach Sanders, prime time himself, as the head coach there, the sky's the limit right now for potential of the Buffaloes. If he can duplicate what he did at Jackson State in Boulder, Colorado would be a huge ticket right now to add to your conference, to get more eyeballs to there. It means more people watching, more people get into the stadiums. It's more money for the conference, and that's all it is. But I get into I can go another 30 minutes on the money aspect coming to college football. I'm not going to do that. But we'll see what happens. Once again, like I said, when everything happens, I'll make sure you get in front of this camera, 5 minutes, 2 cents. If you like the content I provide you, please hit that thumbs up down there below. It really helps promote this video out, helps promote this channel. You can also subscribe and review my analytics. About 90% of you guys are not subscribed but review my work. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps me provide more services for you. Once you subscribe, make sure you click that bell icon, turn notifications, so you know next time I post any more content on my channel. And I will see you next time on Chat Sports Talk.